So were you at Microsoft here in Houston, or were you somewhere else?
In the Puget Sound area in Bellevue.
Yeah.
They had a
Yep.
yeah, that's where they are. Like very close to Redmond. It's like
Got you.
a few minutes.
So then your dad convinced you to come over to Sanchez, and you guys started working on Sanchez's data issues, and then.
Well, I guess
go ahead.
There's a little gap there. So basically, I went into entrepreneurship. So I saved up quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Build a company.
Yeah.
On digital marketing, and I wanted to kind of get my feet wet as being an entrepreneur. And
so, what was the company like? What was the focus if you're around digital marketing? What were you trying to do?
I was trying to find ways to give small businesses a way to market their business and provide an inexpensive solution to market their business.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that for a while. It wasn't getting as much traction, but I got a lot of experience through it.
Yeah.
And in the process, I was also doing consulting as a software engineer. Providing like advice in architecture and software development and how to kind of hire the right people and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when I was invited by Sanchez through Hector's help, that was like a main exposure into the oil and gas industry. Before that, I was kind of doing a bunch of other stuff, and I learned very fast. Basically, I picked up when I joined the team. I was basically interviewing a bunch of people, sitting down with geologists, reservoir engineers, and kind of seeing how they work.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the opportunities kind of emerge. Is there was a lot of gaps in a lot of these workflows that could easily be solved with a lot of automation.
Yeah.
And seeing what kind of the Puget Sound and kind of Bay Area technology and processes that I was used to, I was thinking, how do we apply that here in the oil and gas, and how do you work with the culture in the oil and gas to make it adoptable?
Yeah.
So
you've always been kind of entrepreneurial spirited,
Yeah.
Always. And so you bring him in oil and gas, and he's like, man, he's like, there's a lot that we can do here,
Yeah.
And I mean, this is, this was 2016, 2017 timeframe, right? And, this is when I started kind of seeing this wave of digital technology coming into oil and gas. And really it was the genesis of our podcast, because at the time you had all these budding startups, but there was nowhere to go learn about the startup. So we're like, hey, we'll just start a podcast and we'll start talking to these guys. But what I loved about the industry was you could take all of these, you could go to Silicon Valley and look at things that they were doing and say, how can we apply this to oil and gas? And so there's a lot of low hanging fruit, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that, you came in the industry, didn't have any knowledge of it, started seeing like, hey, everything here's just messed up. We can fix this.